How did you see fight? What does fight mean?
Going out and practicing even better. There'd be a tendency when you were playing for, the ranking that we had or a Rose Bowl, when you lose it, to just cash it in. And we don't have kids that are going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We have kids that are going to fight back.
How tough
Curious.
is it to remotivate you guys?
That's why I was saying it wasn't tough to motivate at all. And they're upset. They're angry. That wasn't Oregon football Saturday. You want a recipe for getting beat. If you include turnovers on downs, we turned it over 5 times in the game, and they turned it over 0. We didn't finish drives in the red zone, and we need to do a better job of that. And they had a 200-yard rusher and a quarterback that went 19 out of 22. We had some bad breaks, but a lot of those were silly mistakes and things that we can fix if we continue to dial it in better, and that's on the coaching staff.
Curiosity, why didn't you come out after the Arizona game
No.
to speak to the media?
Oh, I didn't even know where the media was.
Oh.
I honestly, that wasn't intentional. I was upset and angry, and I walked through the crowd, and they didn't even tell me where you guys were.
Okay.
So I apologize.
It sounded like you're saying there are a lot of self-correctable things offensively, but this game in particular. Is that kind of the theme over the last couple of weeks since you guys haven't rolled, stacked up kind of the yardage that you guys have done and the points that you guys have done?
Well, we moved the ball fine. In both the 2 games we lost, we moved the ball just fine. We're beating ourselves right now. And every team in this league is good enough to beat you if you don't take care of the ball and if you make mistakes. And like I said, we had including turnovers on downs, we had 5 turnovers on offense. We didn't finish a couple drives in the red zone that we usually finish, and we need to do a better job of that. And we had way too many penalties. So if you're going to make those kind of mistakes against a good team, you're going to get beat. We've done a really good job of that in the past, and of not making those mistakes and not doing those things, and we need to dial that back in.
Is it correct that the Stanford 4th down, I think on your guys' early drive, and last weekend's 4th down, are those both the same play, the fade to the corner?
No,
They were different?
and we didn't call a fade to the corner. We call a route that has a bunch of options, and we're supposed to read the defense and get the ball to the right place. One of the 2, I think we went the wrong place with the ball, and that's on the coaches. And the other place, they did a pretty good job of covering it. That being said, one of the big issues we need to fix is making sure we can finish those drives. The last 3 games we've had a bunch of drives down inside the red zone, moved the ball right down there, and kind of stopped ourselves, and we definitely need to address that.
So the Arizona one was more of a read?
No, the Arizona
Stanford
one they did a good job covering, and he went to the one guy he had a chance to, and it wasn't there on a flag route, a corner route. The other one we should have stayed front side with the ball and shouldn't have thrown the fade. But those are things that as coaching staff we need to make sure that we do a better job getting those guys prepared to do it.
You guys figure that over when you go for on 4th down like that, you're figuring that over the course of time, you're going to get more points out of it. Just by if you're 50-50, you're going to get more points scoring touchdowns than getting 2 field goals.
Yeah, I think mathematically, if you think you can execute at a high percentage on 4th down, then it ends up paying off to go for it. The Stanford game was different. That was a decision. I don't think there was a decision in the Arizona game. We were down far enough at that point that we needed touchdowns. It was a decision we made in the Stanford game to try to get a touchdown early, and it didn't pay off. But part of that's execution and making sure we do things right.
What are you learning about being in this role? Obviously, this is your first year in this role, over the last couple of weeks especially.
What am I learning?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to keep learning and keep getting better. And,
Other things you do differently over the last couple of weeks? A lot of things, or is it an execution?
No, it's an execution thing. We need to make sure that, when a program's at the top and you start to fall, it's never going to be big problems. It's going to be little crack here, little crack there, little problem here, little problem there. We got a lot of guys around here that are used to winning all the time, and we got to make sure that everybody in this program understands that nobody's going to give us any games. Every team in this conference is good enough to beat you if we're not taking care of our business.